Nelson is a ballast tractor who lives on the island of Sodor. He is well known around the island, especially to Thompson Percy. He works with Miss Jenny's pack, the Sodor construction team. He has 6 drive wheels, a number 10 on the side, and a flat deck on the back, which he uses to haul the machines from the yard to work sites. Nelson loves moving machines to and from the yard. He never gets tired of it, but does long for a rest. One morning, Nelson was in his shed all alone. He was getting bored and decided to go for a drive. Coupled up to his flatbed and set off. Nelson's favorite route was the mountain road. One day Nelson was driving past the yard. We saw a big green engine with 2 tenders sitting in the siding. It was Flying Scottsman, of course. Nelson knew this because he had seen Flying Scottsman before. He stopped and said hello. "Hello," said Nelson. "Why, hello, Nelson," said the Flying Scotsman. "It's been a while. The last time I saw you was when I came over for the great race competition on the mainland." "I know, it's been a long time. What are you up to today?" A sad grin crossed the Flying Scotsman's face. "I was coming into the yard today to pick up a special train, and I broke down. And no one's available to take me back to London, where I will be shipped off to the United States to get fixed." "Maybe I could take you there. I have nothing to do today. I got my flatbed with me so I could easily take you back to London by road." "I don't know," said the Flying Scotsman. "I'm very heavy. You'd have to make 3 trips in order to get me from here to London. But I don't see why not. I suppose you could take me back to London." Soon the Flying Scotsman was loaded onto Nelson's flatbed, and they set off for London. It was a long way to London, England, but Nelson didn't mind that. He thought it a good run to stretch his wheels. "So this is what you do all day, I'm guessing," said Flying Scotsman. "Yes, it is," said Nelson. "Ever since I arrived on Sodor, this is what I've been doing ever since." The two were having a wonderful time talking along the way. Soon, they were near England, and Nelson was getting excited. Soon they arrived at the international port in London, England, and the Flying Scotsman was lifted off of Nelson's flatbed and onto the quayside. "Now then," said Nelson, "now I have to go back and get your 2 tenders. When does your ship leave?" "It leaves tomorrow morning," said Flying Scotsman. This meant Nelson would have to work straight through the night in order to get the job done, but he was determined to make sure that he wouldn't let his friend down. Soon Nelson was on his way back to the island of Sodor. He knew he would have to hurry. Soon Nelson arrived back at the yard. He saw the 2 tenders on the tracks, but he was worried. What if he didn't make it back to London in time for the ship in the morning? Nelson had an idea. If I take both tenders at the same time, I could get the job done all in one trip, and I wouldn't have to make a 3rd trip. And Nelson noticed another flat deck beside him. "I could use that to haul the 2nd tender," he thought to himself, but his driver was worried. I don't know, Nelson, he thought. The tenders are heavy, and you should take one at a time. But Nelson didn't want to take them one at a time. He wanted to get the job done quickly. We'll be fine, said Nelson. Hook me up. Hurry. All right. Let's just be careful this time. Soon Nelson's driver coupled him up to the second flat deck, and both tenders were loaded. Nelson tried to start, but the flat decks were very heavy, and the tenders made it even heavier. Come on, I almost got it. But then there was trouble. Nelson gunned his engine so hard that he shot forward and broke the coupling. No one was hurt, but the coupling was broken. Now he would never get the job done on time. Nelson knew that his driver was right. We'll just have to hurry with both tenders. This means we'll have to drive faster, but take care. Righto, said Nelson. And they started off with the first tender. Nelson knew he had to hurry, but he knew the ship didn't leave until morning, so they made good time. Nelson dropped off the first tender, and he raced back to shore to get the other one. Nelson sped along the road, hoping he would make up for lost time. Nelson soon picked up the second tender, and he set off back to the international port in London, England. Nelson was hoping to meet the deadline by morning. The sun was rising, and he was worried that he was going to be late. Soon Nelson made it to the international port just in time. It was already morning, and the ship had just docked, and they were waiting for the second tender to arrive. Flying Scottsman was happy to see Nelson. "Thank you, Nelson," said the Flying Scotsman. "You've made my day special." Nelson beamed happily. "Well, Flying Scotsman, I guess it's goodbye for now," said Nelson. "Oh, it's all right," said the Flying Scotsman. "I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, we get to do this again sometimes." Nelson hoped so too. On the way home, Nelson started thinking about his new friend, the Flying Scotsman. Nelson soon arrived back at the yard. He was tired, but was still longing for a good night's rest. That night, Nelson went happily to sleep, thinking about his new friend and the next time he would see him. Deep down inside, he knew he had done the right thing by helping someone out today on his day off.